Hey everybody, it's Race from the Tapped Out channel, and we're bringing you your Hobbit's pre-release guide. Let's jump right in. Alrighty, so jumping right into the pre-release box opening, first want to just highlight how great this box looks. As I'm opening up the box here, you're going to be able to see just perfect letters here, and a hole in the ground there, lived a Hobbit. The flavor for the Hobbit set was just extremely on par. Being able to actually see this during my local game store pre-release tournament was phenomenal. So yeah, just going through the box now, looking at the artwork. They also include, of course, the complimentary counters that come with the set, which is pretty cool. Bringing the box open though, you're going to be able to see that box here has the magic symbol right there on the front, and of course Gandalf and Bilbo. You'll also be able to see here that we get the spin down dice, the D20 spin down, as well our 6 packs that we'll be going through here just momentarily. A little art card there with Thor's map artwork, and of course our complimentary lands here that we get that are actually part of the box set that you can actually get, but outside of the box set you can only get this from pre-release packs. So pretty cool artwork there that comes down on these planes, and also our rare that comes from this set as well. But diving right in, we'll go into the 6 packs and unopening those. And you'll also see as I begin to open these, I'm going to actually start filtering them down, starting from left to right, white, blue, black, and then red, green. I'm also going to have our multicolor spells to the right of green, and then also our colorless spells over to the right of the multicolors. And I do this in a way so that I can understand what colors that I'm favored, in order to build a pre-release kit a little bit faster. In some settings, you may only be given 30 to 45 minutes to be able to actually open your pre-release packs and then also build a deck. So this is a critical time for you to be able to look through the cards quickly, also get a general understanding of what the cards do, but then also sort these out in a way to where you can quickly pick them up and then build a deck out of them. You'll see right here, I picked up a pretty sweet pull here, the Queen of Dale. It's actually one of the more expensive hits from the set because it has a lot of play in Commander and other formats as well. But, you know, potentially might build something out of that here in the later part of the video. These Golem cards here that you'll see, I've already opened up 2 of them at this point. Those were just game-winning cards in sealed, so if you by chance pull those, make sure that you try to build those somehow. There's Thor's map, the art card that we saw at the beginning of the video as well. Our gigantic big bear. And Belladonna took another great CADH card. Alright, where you're going to be able to see now, as well as I'm continuing to open up these packs, is where a lot of our colors are centralized. And so we actually have a pretty good even mix right now across blue, black, red, and green. You'll see as packs continue to open, but right now we're looking pretty healthy as far as being able to build a solid deck for pre-release sealed. Alright, and as we open up our last pack here, we will have some fun surprises here in the next part of the video, where we're actually able to build 2 pre-release decks out of the same pre-release kit, just based on the card distribution that we had. So, exciting that we were able to build 2, and also get ready to jump in as we break down each of those pre-release decks and how we built them. Rakdos and Goblins, our first pre-release deck that we were able to build based on the amount of black and also red creatures and spells that we were able to gather. So in the first part of this video, you're going to see, starting at the left, we have our Artifact spell, which is just great removal. When equipment enters, target opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. Just awesome for being able to get targeted removal if they only have 1 creature. We're going to go through our sorceries now. Instant for being able to remove, or sorcery for being able to remove a creature from your graveyard in a mass is huge. Removal for destroying target creature. A massive gnashing of teeth for being able to do target removal. Again, amazing. Drawing a card draw in black, and losing life while also amassing a goblin is just incredible. And then our combat trick that we pulled as an instant is Smaug's Fury. Giving a creature +3/+0 and first strike is just incredible. Jumping into our creatures now, we look here first at our 3-drop and below creatures. So this is all of our lower casting. We've got our first dwarf there, a Great Fierce Bee for being able to get scry triggers, Nori for being able to give a creature a first strike, and some synergies there. Bothersome Noisemaker, that's going to synergize well with our non-creature spells and amassing goblins. Oin the Brave, again, just for being able to have some benefit there from card draw. We have Amass Goblins here with Goblin Town Flunkies, another synergy piece. Desolation Prowler, a body on the field, which also has the ability to have a combat trick. Anytime that we can hate the opponent's hand is going to be beneficial, so that Goblin's just an immediate add. And then also a little combat trick there with the -1/-1 counters. And our Rovanian Rampager here, again, is just another great wolf to be able to add for synergy, and the Amass Goblin X is also important for the overall Goblin synergy. Now moving into our 4-drop and higher spells, we're going to start here with Golem Silent Slinker, who has that sorcery spell, which then also triggers our Bothersome Noisemaker Goblin for non-creature spells. We got 2 of those, plus him having Menace is just crazy because it makes him a menace. And then Great Ugly Looking Goblin, again, the Mass Goblin option, synergizes well with sorceries, and then he also gives the Menace to +1/+1 creatures. Glowing the Mighty is a little bit of target removal, but then also gives that red mana, which is pretty huge. Dreaded Backcloud creates a body on the battlefield whenever a creature dies, makes it a little easier to cast them. Bulg of the North is the Signpost Uncommon for the Goblin set. He synergizes very well here for being able to sack a creature, dealing damage for targeted removal, while also being able to amass Goblin X. And then we pulled 2 Smaug, the Great Calamities. This is good for targeted removal on the sorcery side, and then also it puts a 5/5 body on the field for the dragon side. So all in all, this is a very strong version of the Rakdos Goblin deck that you could build for your pre-release. And ultimately, I think if you're building this, you should be very confident going into your sealed event that you will do very well. Goblins were very strong, plus if you have enough removal, you're going to be able to keep your stuff alive and while taking out your opponents. So, good luck. Now moving into our second deck that we were able to build for the pre-release. We were able to build the Elves Landfall strategy side, and this is, of course, the blue-green strategy, and ultimately, I think I like this one the most. I was actually able to build the Goblins in my original pre-release at my local game store, but this is going to be a lot of fun to go through. So Thror's Map here creates a synergy piece because it is able to fetch you a land. So, and of course you want lands for land drops in this landfall deck. But starting off with our instance, which is all we have for non-creature spells, this is just a great targeted removal for flyers and also for counters. Quarrel have 2 of these for being able to, again, targeted removal. Especially being able to do that at instant speed is going to be incredible in a blue-green deck. Uneasy Partings is a good little combat trick that you can throw out, and also is able to be cheaply cast if you're targeting a attacking non-token creature. So good add for just being able to get target removal out. Anytime you're able to draw in blue is going to be beneficial. Plus the flashback is amazing, so make sure that you add card draw. Confiscate and Be Bother. This is awesome again for card draw, but then also for the counterspell utility. Jumping into our 3-drop and less creature spells, we're going to be starting off with Duskwatch Hunter. And again, this is a great creature just to have out. It can't be blocked by tokens, so if they're amassing goblins, they're not going to be able to block it. But then also it gives the 1/1 counter to a creature on the field, which you can actually target itself. So it becomes a 4/2 right when you cast it. So it's not bad at all. Elven King's Harper synergizes well with the elf strategy that you'll see later as well, but then also an ability to make a creature unblockable is amazing. Mirkwood Meditator, again, just being able to synergize with elves and then also make it a 4/2 is incredible. This is a good control piece, the Elven Raft Seer, so make sure you add that as well for being able to tap and untap creatures. Mirkwood Nurturer is again going to be a piece that you're going to add to be able to hopefully return a land to your hand or another piece that can go fetch a land. Addercup, another great piece that synergizes well with the landfall strategy. And as well, Guardian of the Halls synergizes just well with just elves. Little Bear here, you're going to see has Flash, so being able to throw him out during a combat step is pretty key, and being able to potentially stop an opponent. Also, our Woodland Weave Master is, again, just great elf strategy. It also becomes a mana dork, so it's perfect. Wood Elves, again, for any landfall deck that you want, this is a reprint card, but being able to just cast it, then put a forest card triggering landfall is going to be incredible. But let's jump over to our 4-drops. We've got Gandalf Wandering Wizard, just a great card and a great creature to have. Thranduil Cinderin Liege is our synergy piece. Other elves get +1/+1, and whenever a land you control enters, create a green 1/1 elf creature token. Amazing for generating elves and also giving your elves a buff. Thranduil's Company as well synergizes well. Again, being able to have that landfall proc during your turn is going to be incredible, so make sure that you add this if you pull it. Beorn, again, ensures that you can get, in his sorcery side, 2 landfall triggers on the same turn, and then also becomes a 5/5 with Trample. Bowside Wanderers, perfect elf for being able to synergize, but then also has that landfall for +2/+2. Make sure you include this one. Gigantic Big Bear, if by chance you pull this rare, it's just an immediate add in any green deck because it's a hexproof haste bear that's 10/7, so make sure you include it. Overall, the elf deck, I was actually to play this with a couple of buddies, and this worked out extremely well. I added the Audible here to include the Old Thrush, which is just a creature spell here that's in colorless, but it allows you to gain 2 life and then search for a basic land card and put it on top of your deck. So synergizes well with landfall, so feel free to actually include that if you're running a elf landfall deck. But yeah, the elves run really well. I think they can actually hold their own against the Golgari version that's in pre-release, so good luck in your pre-release and sealed tournaments. Thank you for joining us for this Hobbit pre-release adventure. If you enjoy this type of content, please like and subscribe, and also comment in the video. Thanks for watching.